So this problem is about cannon and the target are 5.1 kilometer apart and are located at the same level. Okay, so how soon will the shell launched with the initial velocity 240 meter per second reach the target in the absence of air drag? Okay, this is again a projectile problem. So let's consider this is the level at which they are located, right? This is the position of the cannon C, and this is the position of the target T. They are at some distance which is D apart. Now D, which is 5.1 kilometer or 5100 meter. Okay, and how soon will the shell launched with the initial velocity 240 meters per second reach the target in the absence of air drag? Okay, so so if this is the target, it has to go in a projectile, right? So that it reaches that point. Okay, so basically this is, let's say, the projectile should reach T, and it has an initial velocity v naught, which is equal to 240 meters per second, and yeah, it is launched at some angle theta. Okay, now so this D, I will write it as R rather, which is basically the range, right? This is the range. The range is basically the horizontal distance that is traveled by a projectile during its time of motion, traveled by a particle in the projectile's trajectory in the whole time of motion, right? So now your R, as we have already derived in a previous problem, you can check that out. I will also post the link in the link description of the video. So your range is nothing but v naught square sine 2 theta divided by g. This is your range, and what we are interested in is the time, how soon will the shell launch reach the target. So we are interested in the time of motion. So in the same earlier problem, you can also see the time of motion is 2 times v naught sine theta by g. So v naught is given to us, and r is given to us, right? So I'll just highlight what r is given. V naught is given to us, r is given to us, g is something that we already know. Here also g is known, right? And of course v naught is known. All right, so from here, from this equation, we can find out sine 2 theta, and from this sine 2 theta you can get the value of sine theta, and from there we can get the value of t. Okay, now let's consider this equation. So your range, which is 5100 meter, sorry, let's change the color. Yeah. Range is 5100 meter is equal to v naught square. So your v naught is 240, so 240 square sine 2 theta divided by g. G is, I am taking 9.8, sine 2 theta on 5100 into 9.8 divided by 240 times 240. Okay, so let's see, 0 and 0 is to cancel out. Okay, 51 into 9.8 is how much? Just calculating it quickly. 5 8 is 40, 9 45, 8 9 9. So it's 4998. Okay, so I will just, okay, this is rough work. Okay, this is, sorry, 499.8, right? Sorry, my bad. 499.8. So 499.8 divided by 576. Okay. So this is, I can say, roughly 500 by 576. Okay. So if we divide numerator and denominator by, I don't know, like let's say 20, it does not go exactly by 24, but yeah, so you can calculate 500 by 576. It would be 0 point something 9. 76 into 9 is 954. 9 to 18, 23. 4734. Okay, so 5000. 4734 is sorry, yep, and it becomes 266. Okay, so 2 then 2660. Again, 576 times 4 is 30. 2304, right? So 2304, right? And you have just the remainder, 656, 356, 3560. So 525. Okay, just one second. Yeah, 576. So 576 into 6, 55, 3456. Yeah. So it's roughly 0.946. I'll just take it till this decimal. Okay. So okay, just the reason why I'm doing this calculation is in competitive exams you won't really get to use calculators. So it's, I mean, this is just sort of, I don't know, friendly reminder that it's always better to sort of do the calculations quickly. I mean, it would always be more accurate to use a calculator, but yeah, this way you will be able to crack competitive exams, problems in competitive exams faster. That's a small tip. 2 sine theta cos theta, that's sine to theta's expansion, is 0.946. Sine, so cos theta can be written as 2 1 minus sine square theta, and if you divide this it becomes 0.473, right? And let's you square this, right? It becomes sine square theta into 1 minus sine square theta, right? So this becomes 0.473 times 0.473. I'll just use 0.47 into 0.47. Okay, and since the 49, and was a 28, 32, 0. Send was a 28 to 18. Okay, so this becomes 9, 12, 0.2209, 0.221. Okay, I'll just take 0.221. All right. Let's say I consider x is equal to sine square theta, right? Let's say, so x minus x square equal to 0.221, right? So this becomes x square minus x plus 0.221 is equal to 0. We're solving just a quadratic equation, so this means x is equal to minus, so the formula is minus b plus minus root over b square minus 4ac by 2a. Here b is equal to minus 1, a is equal to 1, c is equal to 0.221, right? So minus b, this means x is equal to minus b is 1, plus minus root over b square is also 1, minus 4 times ac is 0.221, right, divided by 2a is just 2, right? Okay, this becomes 1 plus minus root over 1 minus 0.8a 0.84, right? So plus minus root over, so this is 0.84, 0.89, 0.9, yeah, okay. So square root of 0.116. So see, 0.116, multiply 100 to it, it becomes 11.6. What could be the possible root of 11.6? We have to just divide 10 by that, right? So the root of 11.6 will obviously lie between root 16 and root 9, which is 3 and 4. So it will be somewhere around, so if we 3.2 to 3.3, so let's say I take 0.33, let's say, right? Or let's say I take, okay, so I can roughly say that this is what is 1/3 square? This is 1 by 9. What is it? 0.1. Yeah, so it's like it's a recurring, so it's 0.1111 and so on, right? So I could roughly, it's a very rough approximation, roughly take it as 1 by 9. 1 by, I meant, sorry, 1 by 3. 0.116 is 1 by 9, so this becomes 1 by 3. It's a very rough approximation. So this becomes 3 plus minus 1, which is 2 by 6, or could be 4 by 6, which means it could be 1 by 3 or 2 by 3. So this is your x, right? And x is nothing but sine square theta. So sine theta could be either 1 by root 3 or root over 2 by 3. Now we are ruling out sine theta to be negative because theta, the angle of projection, lies between 0 and 90 degrees. This is for sure. Yeah. So this is the thing. You got sine theta. Now you can, so for one there, so remember, this is a very important sort of a result, that for a given range and what do you call an initial velocity, this is for a projectile motion, of course, there are two possible angles of projection. But remember, except when you are looking for maximum range. When will the maximum range be? So range formula is v naught square sine 2 theta by g. So when sine 2 theta equal to 1, there is only one theta that satisfies this, that is theta equal to 45 degrees. So for theta equal to 45 degrees, whatever will be the range, that will be the maximum range, and there is only one angle possible, that is 45 degrees. For any other range, there are always two angles that basically satisfy that range. But yeah, of course, for those two angles, the time of motion will be different. So for, okay, now let's calculate. For sine theta equal to 1 by root 3, right? Your time of motion is equal to 2v naught sine theta by g, and v naught is how much? V naught is 240 if I am not mistaken. V naught is 240. So 240 sine theta is by g 9.8, right, in the denominator, and in the, yeah, and sine theta is 1 by root 3, which is, I would say it is 1 by 1.732. Okay. Alright. Now This is all approximate. Okay, this obviously it won't give you the exact answer, but as I told, this is just to sort of it's a gentle reminder that it's always better if you can calculate, like don't make too hard approximations. Try to solve it to as many decimals as you can, but yeah, try to do calculations on your in your head. It just helps you in the competitive exams. So yeah, okay, so this becomes 480 divided by okay, let's see, 9.8 into 1.732. This is going to be a difficult. Oh, I should have. So 9.8 into, let's go the reverse, 1.732 into 9.8, 16, 55, 58, 30, 18, 28, 65, 13, 19, 9, 6, 4 decimal digits, 16.9736. I'll again see, I'm just approximating it for now. This becomes 480 divided by 70. Okay, so that becomes this answer is in, of course it is in seconds, so that becomes 17 2s are 34 40, 17 8s are 136, yeah, and yeah, 60, 73. So yeah, it's 22.28.23 seconds. Answer is I think given in minutes. Let's see how much it is. 28.23 divided by 60 minutes. That's how much. You see it roughly goes 0.4 to 64 to 240. So we have 423 left, and 67 is approximately 0.47 minutes. Okay, this is one result, and of course for sine theta equal to 2 by root 3. Obviously, since sine theta is in the numerator, it will be just twice of this amount. So by that logic, this becomes 0.94. But I think, and the answers are 0.41 and 0.71 minutes. Okay, it's a bummer, but yeah. I mean, I I made a lot of approximations, I guess. So I'll just write that the actual answers are 0.41 minutes or 0.71 minutes, depending on the angle of projection. So yeah, I mean, I try to do, like, of course it's clearly visible that I haven't done good level of approximation, and also there were a lot of places where I did approximations. So yeah, but I guess still the thing that is important is, like, of course you can, if you can use a calculator is the best, but it's always advisable that you yeah, it's always advisable that you try to do calculations, try to see if you can do it quickly. So yeah.